Alrighty, good morning, everyone. It's been a while. What do we got here? We got nasty NASDAQ open in 4 minutes. As I look at the charts, yesterday was nasty. We were stuck in this ascending channel, but it was what, 100 points up, 100 points down all day. Nasty, nasty price action. I don't know how I managed to get some green yesterday, but today, what are we looking at? So yesterday we attempted previous day high. We attempted once during the day session and again during the overnight high to blow through our previous day high around, what is that, 420 area. On the overnight, we had a huge rejection. That happened around 8 p.m. Arizona time, or 11 Eastern. And now, we're kind of hovering around here. It's actually previous day low. Go. So we are down here around previous day low. We had an overnight low around 190. As we look at the open and we look at the SMAs on the 1 minute and the higher time frames, we are currently above the 200 SMA, which is the red line here on the 1 minute. We're below on the 5 minute, above on the 15, and above on the 30 minute. So we've had some pretty aggressive movements to the upside for the last couple of days. So could today be possibly the day for some down? We'll see. I could see how we come and test this 314, 315, 320 area up here, potentially to come back and test the 20 SMA. But one thing we do know, it's been some nasty, nasty price action. So although I will be trading the open, I'll be taking it easy. It's been a while since I've streamed. Keep saying I hope I can get some more live streaming time. All right, I'll be right back. All right, we're about 30 seconds from the open. Let's see what it brings us today. I'll be copy trading some Apex accounts along with Thrive Trading straight to funded. Here we go. We are live. Initial push down. Continuation on that push down. We have a pivot point. We have a nice little area of confluence there that can either give us a boost to the upside, or if we're going to blow through and continue to the downside, it's going to be tricky. Came and tested the 20, rejected again to the downside. Now we're at the pivot point. Okay, I'm going to try a long here. Not liking the strength to the upside, so I'm closing that. All right, there's that push off of the 20. Coming into this resistance area. I can see how we come back and test the 20 before we blow through it. But we do have, now I'm watching for that 330 level up there for a potential short, initial short. There's that 330 level, it blasted off. Are we going to just rip to the upside or a potential short here first? Try that short. Not liking it. Not liking it. I was hoping that it would come back down to test the 20 SMA. Not liking it. Okay, here we go. It's going to be very quick push down to the 20 SMA. Not going to give it too much time. You can see a quick bounce right back up. Not liking it. So out there as well. I mean, we've had some green, but not the green that I've wanted. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Might attempt another short here. Or a pullback to the 20 SMA for a push up. Let's see. Be a little patient. Medianer, how you doing? Long at 293. That's a good entry. That's right at the 20 SMA, which is down here. Nice entry. Eric, I'm a scalper, so during the open, I take little hits here and there. If I'm looking for a bigger play, it would probably be after 10:30. But so far, we're in the green. I don't know how much. I think we're like 300, 400 bucks per count. Just scalping off of the 20. I mean, CPI, PPI, all that good stuff. I'm not looking to really stick to a play during the open just yet. Exactly. If I was on my personal account, I would probably taken a long off of that 200 SMA and probably targeted that pivot point. But we're doing props and can't risk. Again, I'm trading Apex and I'm trading Thrive Trading Group. So we are seeing a little bit of resistance here at the 200 on the 5-minute. I may attempt a short again. Maybe late for that short. But we're also not seeing sharp movements to the upside or to the downside. I usually try to do 1 to 3 CPI, PPI, For crazy news days, I'm doing one-to-one scalps. And there's that short off of the 200. Yeah, I missed that. Bummer. Totally missed that one. That was a short off of the 200 SMA on the 5-minute. Testing the 20 right now. Potential bounce area, but we've had a couple of days of bulls in control. This could be a day for downside, so I'd like to see what happens around here. Previous day low, which is right around here. This is the bounce area off of the 20 for a potential long, but I'd like the long a little bit further down here if we hold the 270 area around the 200 SMA. Correct. Risk to reward 3 to 1. So I'm looking for I'm risking 400 bucks. I'm looking for a $1,200 win. Not today. Today's more of a 1-to-1 day with CPI and news and the volatility. All right, so we are testing the 20. This is what I'd like to know. I think we're going to have a further push down to the 200. There's that pivot point at the 280 level, which coincides with the 200 SMA. Bounce around here would be nicer. But there's your bounce off of the 20, which is the same bounce that just happened a couple minutes ago. Remember yesterday we had some insane chop, up, down. So I'm not getting too impatient today. It is struggling to push. That 200 SMA on the 5-minute is providing resistance, but I don't like that we have this area to blow through the 20 before we get confirmation to the downside. Push to the 200 and then a potential bounce and then back down. I'm interested in a short. Or this area right here could be the potential bounce for a nice 30, 50, 70 point play. But yeah, I don't go as high as 4 to 1, 5 to 1. I mean, I play sometimes on normal days outside of news events. Yes, you're right. I'll play around with the 5 to 1, 4 to 1, 5 to 1. As far as Apex rules. But with news events, I'm a little more tight. And actually, when I say 3 to 1, I'm only risking, let's say, 400, 500 bucks to potentially make 1,000, 1,500. The 4 to 1, 5 to 1 you're talking about with Apex, you're risking, let's say, 1,000 to make 200. That's on normal days where I'm setting up a play for the long term, or a swing play for a couple hours or a couple longer than scalping. But news events, I'm very tight. Tight is 1 to 1. All right, so no resolution yet on this bounce around the 20. This is an area of confluence where you have VWAP. You have your 20 SMA. So similar to yesterday, you had almost 2-3 hours of indecision around VWAP. Here we go. We're potentially going to test now the 200 SMA and that pivot point. That could be the bounce area. But 2-3 days of continuous up, this could be the day that we finally flush below these moving averages and levels for some further downside. We'll see. Yes, Eric, you are risking more to make less, but I don't do that on news event days. Okay, here's the potential bounce area. Try that. If it flushes below the 200, then I'll have to close. This is a pivot point. Again, I'm not liking the price action. There's just no continuation on these bounces or the flushes. Not liking the long right now. It should have been a stronger bounce off of a pivot point. and the 200 SMA. There we go. And I'm going to close for the touch of that 20 SMA. 300, 400, right there. Done. Okay, so we're up about 600 with these little scalps. Let me just check something on my other eight. Whoops. Yep. Okay, so all right. Why did the trades? I want to show my trades. So I've had little scalps, but I'm not getting the movement that I like, the momentum. So I'm being very cautious. Why are my trades not showing up? 3 trades so far, all in the green. Not much to brag about. I think we're up 400, 500 bucks per account. Mohammed, morning to everybody. So let's take a look at my Thrive trading accounts. So I'm trading Apex, which is my master account that you guys are seeing. And I'm also trading Thrive Trading, which we'll talk about in a second. These are straight to funded swing accounts. The first swing account on Big Prof on Thrive Trading. Testing their swing account and their end of day. Those are both live, straight to funded accounts with Thrive Trading. We have a giveaway as well, which I'll share after I finish trading, and I'll give you all the details on that. All right, so we're in this chop fest. So I'm okay with the scalps that I've taken. Again, it's news event. There's going to be some volatility, some chop. So I'm not interested in longer term holds or risking 4 or 5 to 1. In other words, risking more to make less because of the volatility. Once it calms down, then I'll probably open it up for a longer play. But if I'm scalping the open, I'm usually using the 20 and the 200. Day traders party line. So I'm today's day 2, I think, with Thrive Trading, straight to funded swing and straight to funded end of day. So far, so good. They're rhythmic. I can copy trade them on rhythmic. I'm copy trading them right now, along with my Apex funded futures take profit trader. Okay, here's that. That was the bounce off of the 200 SMA. I exited at the touch of the 20. Now we're potentially looking for push above the 20. So, and I don't know why my trades aren't showing, but I entered on the bounce of the 200, targeting the 20. We're going to need to have some resolution here of the 20, which is coinciding with VWAP. VWAP is around, where's VWAP? 308. So this area is an area of confluence. You got multiple levels. You got a pivot point down here at 280. So we'll see. And we have news. So we got news at 10. I didn't even check the calendar today. I know Powell was speaking at 8:30. I know we had PPI. Let me check the calendar. Let's see, May 15th, 10 a.m., business inventories, home builder confidence index, and then at 2, Fed speaker. Okay. Not too crazy of news at 10, but nonetheless, probably better to wait. All right, we're in the 15-minute range. Let me add that indicator here. Opening range. I'm using another screen. Wonder if it's going to do it. No, it's not going to do it. Just created that. Supposed to have that before. Another flush to the 200. May have missed that entry there for the long, since we're ranging, but it's all right. All right, here's the opening range. So now we're watching for the break below the 15-minute orb, as it's called, or potential, we have been consolidating pretty much. There's the break of the 50-minute and the 200 SMA. Ugh. Man, risky short. God damn it. Good confirmation that we're staying below there. All right, here's the push to the downside. Do I trust it? Hell no. Eventually a bounce here. Testing the 200. Will the 200 provide resistance to the downside? We'll find out pretty shortly. It is providing resistance, at least for now. Another push to the downside. And could this be the play for the downside? I mean, we've had 2-3 days of push up, but we also haven't had continuation. So for the range traders, this is the long. But it's risky, man, risky. All right, it does look like it wants further downside. So let's see what potential bounce area we have down there. Like it wants another leg to the downside. Looking for potential bounce area. Long in it there. But fully aware that this could be a further move to the downside. Okay, we're going to close it at the touch of the 200. Unless I see strength. Not seeing strength. I'm not liking that bounce. I prefer more strength than that. Come on. Here we go. Didn't like it. I was looking for the push to the 200 SMA. Done. But it just didn't give us strength. So far, what? 4 trades in the green. Copy traded across all my accounts. I think we're up 500 now, or 600. This is what I don't like about the open for the last couple of days. We just haven't had continuation. We've had chop. You got to be very quick. This could be a further leg to the downside. We didn't even come up to the 200 which was what my initial target for that long was. But I'm also going to be very impatient when it comes to these moves during news event day. I think the only play that I missed was the short all the way at the top, which is the rejection of the 200 SMA on the 5-minute. I'm biting my lip for that short. I think I was talking and didn't take it, but no excuses. That was the short. But we've taken what, 3-4 scalps, comfortably up 400, 500 bucks across all accounts. All right, there's that bounce off of that level that I had longed originally. There's that touch of the 200 again, but we're in these little consolidation areas. It's very similar to yesterday's price action. You can get chopped up if you're not quick. So not looking to rush it. Looks like that is the bounce area. There's the push up, which I was hoping would happen closer to my entry. Didn't, and now it happens. What NQ does for you. All right, so now we're touching VWAP again, testing VWAP. Are we going to come back to the top of this 15-minute range all the way to the 340 and potentially come back down? That would be a repeat of yesterday. Or is the 20 SMA going to provide resistance here for the true play to the downside, and it's just trapping anybody who wanted along this for continuation, trapping anybody who's entering in this area, and then flush you right back down with a flush below the 200 SMA. A flush below the 200 SMA at this point might indicate we're going down. But we got news in 7 minutes, so let's be a little patient. Yeah, I don't know why my trades are not showing. Technically, I've taken 4 trades already, all in the green. I mean, little scalps, 10, 15 points here and there, but up 400, 500 bucks. Actually, 500, 600 bucks. Take a look at this account. Very nicely in the green. All right, so we're back up to this, if you look at ranges for range traders, right? This range has been playing out, coming in from the overnight. That's what you got to be careful for. It's going to be another consolidation day. I'm not holding too long until we get a break out of this, either to the upside, to the downside. Otherwise, this is where your ICT traders come out and post their losses saying, hey, I was okay with the execution, but NQ didn't give me the follow through. Well, yeah, you're in a range. ICT is not going to necessarily work in ranges. This is scalpers world. This is price action, price movement, quick in and outs, or playing range. You short the top, long the bottom. I longed somewhere around here. Actually had a nice long. What I did not like was the initial rejection at the 200, which in hindsight, you were in a little consolidation zone building to push up. But these are little 20, 30 point moves up. This is not 50, 70 points that, we're kind of used to seeing in general. So I did miss this flush because of the consolidation, and I missed this long. So 4 trades in the green, missing the bigger plays on the open. Probably time to call it a day. I'm comfortably, 500, 600 bucks in the green with 4 little scalps. No need to push it probably till after 10. Maybe take one other trade and risk half of my profits. Just not Good price action. Here's your 50-minute opening range. You got the top here around 340, bottom here at 278. It's a lousy price range. This is where you get brutally chopped if you're trying to play continuation. So for those of you that were questioning why aren't you holding it, you got to have your timing perfectly to hold. You had this short to the downside and you had this long. That was it so far. Other than that, you're in chop zone, chop zone, chop zone. You got to be careful. I was a little too careful, but I'm okay with it. Still for, what is it, 500, 600 bucks in the green. I'm not here to blow accounts. All right, here we go. We're testing the 20. There's normally an area I would look at bouncing. You have the VWAP there as well. The problem is you got all this area right here is a huge consolidation zone, and even to the higher time frames. You're going to have this up and down, up and down, up and down. Similar to yesterday, we had what, 2-3 hours of brutal consolidation. If we look at yesterday's price action, even though once you realize the algo, which took me a couple hours to figure it out, then I got some nice green. You know, yesterday, where's the open? 630 right here. You had this algo, literally, it was an ascending channel. But if you weren't able to read that pretty quick and you were just trying to play continuation, you got burned. Today, it's a smaller price range. We're still, look at the overall price range, we're still kind of looking at that similar ascending channel to yesterday. You got to be fully aware of the highs and lows. Which, on areas you want to long, but you know, ascending channels eventually break down to either the downside or the upside. So this was probably the fake out, right? Everybody who was watching that channel for the break below and tried to short down here and held, well, you got pushed up. That doesn't mean it's not going to break. It's just NQ's being nasty. And I'm not trusting it today. I'm not holding, at least not during the opener before the news event. All right, so news drops in what, 2 minutes? Let's see if that catalyst finally gives us the push to the upside, or if today's finally going to be a downside day, we see some movement to the down. If it's just going to be chop consolidation up and down, which is what I suspect, you're scalping. Or if you're not comfortable scalping, you're just not trading. This is see profit, take profit. Sure, you can catch the right timing and grab 30, 40 points, but your timing has to be perfect. In hindsight, yeah, if you held, you would have. But as it's happening live, you're trying to read price action live. Very risky during the open. I'm okay with my 4 trades so far. 200, 150 bucks each. Already added up to what? 500, 600 in the green. Trading one mini. All right, so if we're range traders, right, or anybody reading this channel, this would have been the entry for the long, and you can potentially play all the way back up to at least the 50-minute opening range. A test of that. I'm not taking trades. Yeah. So an attempt, it keeps bouncing off of the 20, which is good in terms of upside. That's what you want to see if you're going to get a bounce. But again, this is consolidation day. Okay, so we get the bounce, we touch up here, and then we come back down. You gotta be ready for that. All right, there's your news event, uneventful, at least for now. I don't know why my trades aren't showing. For anybody that's just joining, I have taken 4 trades during the open or after the open. very small movements. I have not been able to capture the big moves or 20, 30 point moves that we've seen so far. I've captured more like 10, 15 points, but ATR, I haven't looked at it. Assuming it's pretty low as it is. All right, so this was the bounce area, which was where I initially longed and got out at 200, but that's clearly the bounce area for this price action. See what happens up here. Testing the 15-minute range. Is it going to do just what we did yesterday? Get everybody excited, trap all the bulls trying to play this breakout, and then flush right back down. But it is at price action based on a news event, so I could see how this could be the catalyst to the upside. And then what I'd be looking for is some type of push up, come back and test this area. Hopefully the moving averages have moved up there as well. Then you have a bounce area somewhere around here. But let's see. Otherwise, it's just going to be another push to the downside. And it's just playing this. Similar to yesterday, if you didn't catch this ascending channel, you were trying to play continuation, you got burned. Took me some time to finally figure it out, and I walked out with green yesterday. I mean, I did get some nasty red, but it was just frustrating to play this yesterday. So because of that, I'm being cautious, and there you go. You got to learn to read this. There is that touch up here, and then flush right back down. It's trapping to the upside, trapping to the downside. Day traders, looks like you got a nice long, right? You got 20 points there. Nicely done. So far what I'm seeing is another range day. You got an ascending channel. You got this little price range here. You gotta be cautious of that. That's exactly what happened yesterday. This is the ascending channel we were in, and if you didn't read that, you got caught trying to play some longer plays. Saw a lot of posts yesterday on burned accounts. Even this price in action is nasty if you're not quick. Mo, how you doing, buddy? Oh, day traders, you got a nice little long. Nicely done. You entered down here and held that. Very nice. Yeah, in hindsight, I should have. I think I entered the same area as you, somewhere around here, and I targeted the 200, which was a smaller play. And the fact that we did not flush below the 200, that was your indicator for a continuation. So I should have longed somewhere around the 200 after this play. Hindsight, but every trade's a lesson. Day traders party line, nice trade though. Not liking this price action at all. Now we can be building for a push to the upside if we come back down to test the 20, test VWAP. VWAP right now is around the 300 area. Yes, you're right. There is a big bear flag forming on the 15-minute. However, it's overextended now. At that point, it becomes this extended channel that we're seeing here. Right? This is your bear flag that you're talking about. But it's a channel, right? Sure. Ascending channels generally break to the downside eventually. So we'll see. Trader 007, welcome to the gang. Welcome, everyone. So for anybody new that just joined in, I have been scalping this. I think I've taken 4 or 5 trades, up about 500, 600 bucks. I have missed the big ones, but I'm being cautious that it looks like another chop fest day. So Brasil, ele fala português. Very nice. Trader 007. All right, so for range traders, this is the call. Are we going to have finally a break up to the upside, or nope? Just range trading, shorted here and come right back down. I'm waiting for a break at this point, either to the upside or to the downside, meaning we break, we come back, we test, and then we push up. Same thing on the down, we come back down, we test this area and then flush down. I'm already 500, 600 bucks in the green on the open, so do I really need to take another trade? And it's copy traded across Apex and Take Profit Trader. Who else am I? Funded Futures Network. And my new accounts with Thrive Trading Group, which I'll talk about in a second. Thrive Trading Group is a new prop firm offering straight to funded end of day and straight to funded swing accounts, meaning you don't have to close it for the New York session. You can hold through the close, you can hold through weekends, news events, all that good stuff. So they're innovative. They're the first ones with a swing account. So I'm testing those as well. Slow. All right, so there's your range trader entry for the short. Come back down. Either you can go for the 20 or you can go, if you're really aggressive, for the 200. Really aggressive, come back down full range to range. But not liking it. Yesterday we had some indication of a break, and you had people long and up here, and then boom, a flush. That was brutal. So we're at the 200 SMA on the 5-minute. This is the entry of that short that I missed, which was actually a little juicier. But this is the second touch of a 200. There is a pivot point up at the 350 area, 340, 350 area, which is the top of this ascending channel. So, you know, maybe I'll push to this area as a potential short. And there's the range trader entry right there, or that was the range trader entry. Don't get excited. Don't fall for the bull trap. You know, this is where you get all these traders excited about a push up, but you're in a range. And it's been playing range, especially yesterday and today. Clearly playing a range right now. Let's see what happens at the 20 and the 200. This area right here was the bounce area here. This means that the 200 SMA on held, right? We tried to flush below. We had a nice little bounce. Just like I said, I'd be interested in a short around here. I could also be interested in a long somewhere around here, which is then testing yesterday's low and bounce right back up. Nasty price action nonetheless. This is a scalper's market. Although you did have a nice short up here on the 200 for the 5-minute. You had a nice long here. I actually entered here, but I got shaken out by this little chop, so I exited around the 200 SMA. In hindsight, then you got the push up. You watch for the bounce, and this would have been the entry. Similar to day traders, he held through this. He entered somewhere around here. That was a nice long, held through, and bought a nice $1,000 trade there. Nicely done. Day traders party line. I trade from Arizona. I'm in Arizona, so yes, my times are 3 hours behind New York Eastern. And there we go. Look at this. Look at this ascending channel. It's playing out. You come test, bounce. It's just nasty price action. But once you understand these channels and these algos, right, you can limit your losses versus, okay, we're attempting to flush below the 15-minute opening range again. Is this finally the nice juicy short to the downside? Tempting. But if we've been playing a range and we've been range trading for some time, is it just another bear trap now? Okay, we're at the 200 SMA. This was a bounce area here. We had 1, 2, 3 touches on the 200 and then the bounce. Let's see. I'm going to come back up here to the 20, come back down. I can see a little consolidation and a final push up, which I might get interested. I missed this one, but then I'd be playing because I missed this entry here. Not what I like to do. More of a FOMO. Another touch. I'm going to give it a couple of minutes to see what happens in this area. I could be getting interested in a long. Number one, we're at the bottom of this ascending channel. The only other thing I have to deal with is this overall range that we've been in. Long in here, potentially flush back down, which means I would have to widen my stop. And technically in the middle of this range while we're at the bottom of an ascending channel. Tricky. This time it only took 2 touches on the 200 for that bounce. 20 SMA rejected it immediately. And at this point, what you're looking for is a flush, similar to this below the 200. Flush below the 200 SMA would be nice. Mohammed, I've been posting my payouts on Discord. I've gotten some payouts on Apex, Take Profit Trader, but they've been very minimal. You know, 1 or 2 accounts at a time. I'm not having the success I had last year with 20 accounts and, you know, milking those 40K payouts. That just has not been my experience yet this year, unfortunately. So yes, on payouts, but sporadic, especially for the last month. Last week of April was brutal for me. First week of May, you know, finally turned around. So I've gotten, you know, 2,000 here and there. I think for April and May so far, I only have 6,000 or 8,000 in payouts from Apex and Take Profit Trade. But not what I'm used to. It's been brutal. It's been brutal. I've been caught with some emotional trading outside of my style. So it's been a couple of harsh learning lessons for sure for the last couple of weeks. Yeah, it's been tough. Although I've gotten payouts, and I think 8,000 or 10,000 so far in the last April and May. It's not what I had last year with 20 accounts and, you know, getting those big $30,000, $40,000 payouts. I have not had that the last 2 months. I've been taught some nasty lessons with some of this price action. I forgot whether I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago. Brutal day with some blown accounts. So now we're in between 200 VWAP around here and a 20 and just going back and forth. All right, guys, if you tuned in from the beginning, you saw my 4 trades right after the open. Very small 10, 15 point moves. I am 500, 600 bucks green across all accounts. But I think I'm calling it a day. Not liking this price action. One thing I've learned is start to read the barcoding, start to read the chop. Why do it to yourself? There were 2 plays, one here and one here. I think day parters caught this play. And that's it. I caught mini versions of those plays, but if you were one of those lucky guys or got in that perfect timing for this flush up and this flush down, you're golden. I'm already 4 trades in. I think I'm going to call it a day. Let's talk about, hold on, let me pull up some info. I wasn't broadcasting on camera. Sorry about that, guys. I just realized I wasn't on camera. All right. So we got some Thrive Trading group giveaways. Let me go over, similar to last giveaway I had, you know, these are the steps to enter. I'll be doing the giveaway either this Friday or Monday live, just like last time. I'll do this live. I'll put everybody in. I'm usually updating the Discord on who's entered so far. All you got to do is subscribe to my YouTube channel, share the last video, long video that I posted on YouTube, on Facebook or X, join my Discord, and comment free Thrive. That's it. I'm going to give out 150K straight to funded end of day and 150K straight to funded swing account. So 2 lucky winners. That will be done either this Friday live or Monday. Similar to last time, these are the steps. Get into Discord and rate free Thrive, and I'll add you. I've already been posting updates on that. This is their website. Thrive Trading is a new prop firm, so there's no info on their payouts. We don't know if they're going to be around in 3 months. So if you are opening accounts, be very aware. You know, it's your capital, your money. Be careful. I wouldn't trade more. I wouldn't risk more than what you're willing to lose. Maybe an account or 2 at the beginning. What we do know with most new prop firms is at the beginning they pay, you know, easy rules. Although Thrive Trading does not have easy rules, or it's not the cheapest. But for the most part, at the beginning, everybody pays. You got to watch month 2, month 3, payout denials and all that. So this is Thrive Trading. Again, they're the first ones to have a swing account. These are all straight to funded accounts. You do get a 35% discount using code JCDT on their accounts. I'll be giving 2 accounts, a 50K straight to funded end of day and a 50K end of day swing account. The swing account you can hold through the close. In other words, you don't have to close your position before 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern. You can hold through the close. You can hold through the weekend. So they're the first ones to have a swing account. I will be giving away one of those as well. They're all straight to funded. They only offer straight to funded accounts. They don't do evals or combines or anything like that. These are all straight to funded. And my giveaway will be 50K end of day and a 50K swing account either this Friday or Monday. Enter. This is all you got to do. Subscribe to my YouTube, my X, share the last video that I posted on YouTube on either of those platforms, join my community Discord, and type free Thrive. That's it. That's how I'm entering everyone in there. If you're looking to open an account with them, you do get 35% off using code J. Read up on their website. They do have a bonus. So for every payout, you get 100% of your payout. There is no profit split on the payout, but they also add 50% of your payout to a bank. Once you get to 30,000, you can either cash out on that bank at an 80-20% split, or move your profits to live. So you know, it's a new prop firm. I got to make sure you guys are all aware of that. Just make sure you read all the fine print. Like I said at the beginning, I think everybody pays. It's just what happens after month 3, month 4. But by then, hopefully you've gotten some payouts and walked out. Similar to what I mentioned about Top 1 futures with their easy rules. I knew those rules were easy. Trade them, get the payouts, and wait till the rule changes, and then decide if you're going to continue or bounce. But for now, I think the fact that they offer pretty cool. I'm looking for a day where there's some news, and I'll hold through the close or hold overnight on a weekend. For instance, last Friday when Trump was announcing that Saturday would be the China meetings, that's a day I probably would have opened in a position on a Friday evening before the close and held through the weekend. You would have been paid nicely on Monday morning. So I see where the swing account has its benefits. Does that mean I'm swinging every day? Hell no. It said Q. But the rules are not easy. This is what I look for in new prop firms. Are your rules just way too easy where, you're screaming, we're just trying to get traders on board and then change them? No, if you look at these rules compared to other prop firms in the straight to funded game, you got DLL, you got a consistency rule. I mean, most straight to funded prop firms have 20%. They're a little more flexible at 25%. But the rules are not easy, especially on the end of day. You got to trade for 10 days, and you got to have a trading day is counted when you have $250 or more in profit. On the swing account, the days are brought down to 4 to get to your profit goal, but you still have a 25% consistency rule. So it's not like you can just YOLO in and get to your $9,000 profit target on a 150, or if you're doing the 50K is 3,000. I think that the rules are pretty much in line with straight to funded, but nonetheless, be careful, right? These are still new. And then just kind of wait. All right, so no surprise there. Again, it tempted everybody for the flush below the ascending channel and right back in. You got to learn to read this price action. Why do this to yourself? Or be that ballsy range trader that can play the ups and downs. I'm not interested. I'm already up 500, 600 bucks on 3 or 4 trades, very small trades, 10 or 15 points. I was not able to capture these big moves. We had 1 and 2, but you can play this range and, wait for a top, short it, wait for a bottom, long it until your timing is off, and that's the break. But as long as you keep a nice little tight stop, you should be fine. Again, this is a repeat of yesterday. Yesterday was a wider price range. That's why I killed so many traders yesterday. Or if you know how to play this, you walked out with some green. I had some decent green yesterday, but that was the ascending channel from yesterday's price action. Crazy. It was just up and down on a wider range. This one's tighter, which means that we may finally have the break. The thinner the channel, or the tighter the channel, right, the stronger the push to the downside and the quicker. So we may have finally a play. Yesterday's channel was wide. I mean, this is what, 100 points? 420 down to 320. Yeah, you had a 100-point range all day until it finally leveled off towards the end. Today's is way tighter, 337, 277, so about 50, 60-point range. So the tighter these channels get, the quicker and the harsher the breakout, either to the upside or to the downside. In general, ascending channels break to the downside. We did see the break yesterday of this wide channel, right? This was the channel that was playing. I actually had a short during the overnight session because I was watching for the break. So what you watch for is, for instance, yesterday you had this whole channel all day. Then during the overnight session, I was watching for this break here, came back and tested, and I shorted somewhere around here and got a quick 30, 40 points. But an ascending channel did break to the downside. You broke from 385 all the way down to 200. So almost 200-point break. This one is tighter This one I could see being harsher. In general, ascending channels break to the downside, but you have ascending channels that break to the upside. It's just in general. Chart patterns tend to repeat themselves. I think I'm done for now. I'll probably set some alerts on the high of this channel and the low, waiting for a break to the downside, waiting for the break to the upside. With the 4 trades, 500, 600 bucks in the green. I'm not interested in trading the range anymore. Fine, 500, 600 bucks. That's all it gave me today. If I see a break here or a break below, then I'll consider playing that. All right, guys, that's all I got for today. You got the info on the Thrive Trading Group giveaway. Make sure you follow those the instructions, share, subscribe, and go into the Discord, type free Thrive. I'll update everybody today on who's entered for the giveaway. I think I'm going to do it on Friday or Monday. Well, Friday's tomorrow. Yeah, it depends on my time. I might end up doing it on Monday live. I always do the giveaways live, so you guys see the names and who gets called out. It's through a random picker, through a website, so no manipulation in that sense. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. You guys know me. I only trade for 30 minutes to an hour after the open, and I want to be done. I will set, like I said, a couple of alerts for the break, potentially for the break to the downside. I think that'll be a juicy play, but we don't know. It could just be plays to the downside to trap bears, and we've already had 1, 2, 3 traps to the upside. Crazy price action. I've learned to walk away from barcoding price action. Thank you for everyone for tuning in. My name is JC. I trade from Arizona. That's why the times are 3 hours behind. If you're new to the stream, new to the channel, subscribe, hit that like button, help me out with the YouTube algo. I have been pretty inconsistent with live streaming and with the Discord. I got a lot of things going on in life, kids, family, all that good stuff, work. But I am long-term trying to set this up so I can stream every day. I will try to do it again tomorrow, whether I do the giveaway or not. And then stay tuned for that Thrive Trading Group, straight to funded. They're both straight to funded. One is an end day, one is a swing account. Both are 50Ks that I'm giving away thanks to Thrive Trading Group. That's all I got. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you